What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKL Pugilism Boxing channel where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, put it on all so you can get notified as soon as we drop new material on this channel. You'll be the first to know. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. It was last night. We had Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin 2. Let's talk about it. What happened? So this one, Dillian Whyte got his revenge over Alexander Povetkin, and it was a very good performance by him. From the word go, from the first bell, Dillian Whyte started well with a nice jab. He done what I would expect. A nice stiff sort of ramrod jab. Made sure he varied it a bit with the jab. Sometimes he was just sticking his arm out there, but the good thing is that he was throwing quite a hard jab. Sometimes it was just a sort of pawing with it, but then he would make sure that a lot of the time he was throwing good, solid jabs. And you could see that was quite working on Povetkin. He managed to hurt Povetkin early in the fight from the first round, and that was also very, very good thing for Dillian Whyte. I think that's kind of exactly what he needed for his confidence, because obviously he was coming off of the knockout loss to this same guy, to this same opponent. And he managed to really sort of ruffle and unsettle Alexander Povetkin in round one. He managed to clip him, even with a few of these shots he threw. And I thought a lot of these shots he was throwing in round one were a bit too wide, and they're not I don't think that's what the corner wanted, but he bowled over these overhand rights and some shots like that. And a few of them did catch Povetkin. And he did definitely, even from round one, he did look a bit rattled, did Povetkin. He looked a bit rattled, and he looked a bit, little bit out of sorts. Because I think Whyte really got to him with a few shots, and he definitely looked like he was fighting an uphill battle. He looked. Many say he didn't look like himself, and I think in a certain sense, it could have been a punches, could have been anything, but yeah, from that round one, he didn't really look like he was sort of in the fight, and Dillian Whyte had sort of full command, full control of the fight, and he didn't really. Another good thing about Whyte's performance is that Whyte didn't really take anything. He didn't really have to take many shots, if any shots, in this fight. He certainly didn't take anything of sort of significance in this fight. He didn't take any sort of significant hard punches in this fight. His chin didn't get tested at all in this fight. Whyte just really had Povetkin out from that first round, and he was just cruising through it. Nice jab all the time. He used some good straight shots. He did make a fair few mistakes with his punches, because you could tell that even in that first round, he wanted to go for the kill. And when Dillian Whyte goes for the kill, he is quite wide, and he throws some sort of wild swings, wide punches. And I think that's something that he's definitely going to have to address, and that's something that he's definitely going to have to try to correct when he goes into his next fight, because Povetkin was almost able to capitalize off it, but Whyte was kind of young and fresh enough so that Povetkin couldn't capitalize on his wide punches. But yeah, overall, Whyte boxed well all the way through first, second, third, landing some good jabs, good right hands. Sometimes he would even bring in some right hooks and left hooks. And overall, he boxed very well. Goes into, he almost even had Povetkin down, early in his fight, sort of first round or whatever. But I think this time the improvement I saw was that he didn't get sort of overly excited and tried, to finish Povetkin. He was very sort of conservative and very reserved. I mean, I suppose he done a bit of that in the first fight, but in this fight, I could see that although I think some of the stuff he done, the swinging was a bit too wide, but I think he seemed to kind of keep his head together a lot more. He seemed to be a lot more focused and wary. He even tied Povetkin up certain times. But yeah, in this fight, literally from the first until it ended in the fourth, there was only one boss in there. There was only one man in command in there, and that was Dillian Whyte. And he done a tremendous work, and when it came to that, I think it was the fourth round, Whyte caught him beautifully with a right hand, and he managed to finish him with his signature punch, which was the left hook, beautiful left hook. And even from the time he landed that sort of right hand, you could tell Povetkin was gone. But then that left hook, which he threw, just bang on the chin, that just completely finished the job, and it was good night for Povetkin and revenge for Dillian Whyte. And he said he's looking now for sort of an easy fight. Eddie Hearn wants him out in the summer, and I think that's good for him. I think he definitely needs activity, definitely needs another fight. He needs to, his first time under sort of Harold the Shadow Knight, and second one under Xavier Miller. So they're kind of building things. I think Whyte has got certain things to work on. I think he's really got to sort of tighten up his punches, like some of these hooks and uppercuts, try and get them a bit tighter and neater. And I'd like to see that in a performance in his next fight or whatever. But yeah, congratulations to him. Overall, it was a good performance. It wasn't a flawless performance, but it was kind of it was not punch perfect, but it was perfect in the sense that he sort of won every round. He didn't really lose any of those rounds in that fight. So that's the positive you can take away from it, that Dillian Whyte, he took every round. He was always in control, always in command in the fight. And then he ended up getting the knockout. And that's the most important sort of takeaway from it. So yeah, big congratulations to Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte. And I look forward to seeing what he does next. Let me know your opinions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I think, many will say Alexander looked his age, and I think he did look his age, but at the end of the day, you're going in there to fight, and it's not Dillian Whyte's fault. He looks his age or whatever. He's the opponent. He managed to get the knockout last time, so, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You go in there, you take the risk, and yeah, we'll see what happens next with Dillian Whyte. Let me know your opinion, your thoughts in the comment section below. And until next time, this is MKO Pugilism, over and out. I'll catch you next time.